Hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy
How
everything.
was yours? I'm sorry about last week, by the way. That was totally my fault.
No, it always happens how it has to be. Maybe that was the lesson of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But how was your new year?
Oh my God. That's like already in 10 lifetimes in my time ago. I'm like, what happened?
That's awesome, though, when everything just feels so like,
Yeah.
different moments. It just doesn't seem relevant. When you used to tell me that, it's not relevant. It's like, how are you feeling? It's not relevant. I used to love when you said that. That made me laugh so much. And what's so funny is that that has come up in my life where like someone asks me something and I'm like, you know what? It's not relevant. It's not important anymore. You still do that?
If they just reply with like, what do you need? Or like, and then they start crying, or you offer them a break
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
like trying to see where they're coming from, not what they're asking.
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly. So funny.
Ah, yes.
I used to love it so much. I still do, but it's just I don't remember the questions I used to ask you, but they seemed so relevant at the time. I was like, what did he say, or what? And you're like, it's not relevant.
So good. You get me. Yeah.
I totally get you because sometimes it's just not worth the energy. And I remember at the time you were practicing like not using your voice as much. It was like you were trying to speak less and like keep that energy within you rather than like exerting it, right? So, and I got it. It's so funny because like how sometimes you say things and you plant seeds and like someone's not ready to hear it at the time, but later it's like, you know what? I get that now. Like I feel that now. That's has totally happened.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. That's why you grow so fast and you integrate so fast and you learn so much because you're open to receive me. You're like, I get it. I get it.
I
You have
love it.
you have a pure ego. It's like
Thank you.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
your heart's so big. Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes me feel happy. It's like growth, knowing that I'm growing is like, that's what gives me the most joy. So, and anything that like comes into my awareness that I'm like, wow, okay, that makes sense now, or like I get the lesson now, I'll feel it and like, okay. Like even last week when you said sometimes we're part of us is resisting, I'm like, that's totally true. Like, I'm for sure resisting this because it's like a threat to like what's comfortable. You know what I mean? And I was like, holy shit. But it's like, I mean, that never happens to me. Like it just completely, it's like in my head, I had one time, which was totally not the time that it had ever been. You know what I mean? And I even asked myself, like, how did I mess that up? Like that never happens to me. How did I not look at my calendar? And I was like, there was for sure some kind of internal, like, I don't want to see the time. Do you know what I mean? Setting it,
Yeah,
releasing it and
like the greater the resistance, the bigger the reward. So
exactly.
you're overriding it. You know how many
Yeah.
times like the payment has failed and then
I know. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay, PayPal, like I need to make this work. It was so bizarre, but like you said, a lesson in itself. So yeah.
laughter.
Exactly. Which is also part of the you'll see today, but laughter was one of my answers to one of the questions that
Yeah,
I asked that I answered for homework. So it's funny that it's happening now again.
let's get into it.
Okay. Let me pull up my question.
Yes, 1 second actually.
Okay. So the first question that we